Namaskar and warm greetings to all. Welcome everyone to today's special podcast from Amrutvahini Sanstha. I'm Snehal Shekdar, your host for the day. This initiative has been made possible under the visionary leadership of the President of Amrutvahini Sanstha, Shri Balasahebji Thorat, our Managing Trustee, Mr. Sharayu Deshmukh, in association with Dr. Roheit Dubepatil from Orah Nutrichem Private Limited. Amrutvahini and Orah Nutrichem together hosted a 5-day transformative leadership program for heads of institutes and heads of department under the umbrella of Amrut Bandhan and the Beyond Research Conference. Today, we have the privilege of hosting with us on our campus the dynamic facilitator of this program, Dr. Pratimaji Khandewal from Bangalore. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening. Very much.
Thank you.
Namaste to all.
I must say that after a tiring day and a 5-day transformative leadership program, I'm very happy to see ma'am here with full enthusiasm for our podcast. So a big thank you once
Sneha,
again.
thank you so much, and acknowledging the fact that we are meeting at the fag end of the program and fag end of the day also. Kudos. Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. Let me introduce Dr. Pratima first. She is a food technologist, a TEDx speaker, an edupreneur, and a leadership veteran with over 2 decades of rich experience across academia and industry. She has worked with renowned organizations like Infosys, Biocan Academy, NPTL, and bringing with her a wealth of knowledge and real-world insight. Over the past 5 days, she has been instrumental in guiding our heads of institute and departments through a journey of learning, reflection, and growth. As a participant myself, I have been truly impressed by her exceptional passion, patience, and the impactful way in which she has delivered this power packed leadership program. It is truly an honor to have you with us, ma'am, today.
I'm humbled, really. I'm humbled.
Thank you.
you.
Once again, a hello, ma'am. Looking at your background, you have mastered food biotechnology and process engineering,
Right.
very technical, very precise fields.
Right.
But you also hold certification in pedagogy and soft skills. Where did the scientist meet the coach?
Beautiful question to begin with, Snehal. I must appreciate that. Actually, when you narrated, it was right. In more than 2.5 decades of my work, first few years, Snehal, I was only into academia and research, teaching and research. It was in the mid of the last decade I felt, something like that. I was analyzing myself. I felt I have a mentoring capacity. That also for teachers, the young teachers who used to enter into academia. And that made me, as a scientist or an engineer, a partial engineer, I must say, I'm not much equipped till until I earned certifications. So I ventured as a student back at the end of the last decade, and I thought, hey, let me do some courses on pedagogy, on soft skills, on management skills. And I must say that really made me more complete. And exactly it happened. So when I ventured into the other facet of my career, I felt these as the very supporting pillars. And no wonder I knocked the doors of the national institution, which is NPTEL, National Program in Technology Enhanced Learning, where, let me add, I was a learner, I am a learner, but now I'm also a facilitator as well as a content creator.
Thank you. We
So
experienced that excellent
Oh,
facilitator in this 5-day programs.
I'm humbled again.
For sure.
Thank you.
Another thing, you have worked with the best of the best. You mentioned NPTEL already, but as you have worked with IITs, Biocan Academy, what's the one thing these high-performing environments are missing and you try to bring through your work in emotional intelligence to these companies?
Oh, great. In fact, your question has answer embedded in it. When it is excellence, we are in very fast pace of work and performance, where excellence is very common commodity. What we tend to miss is, can we just stop? Can we halt and see what the human attributes I can add? And I can spread that excellence beyond my institution. I have not only worked with these high performing, as you mentioned, I have been also with academia at the private sector. And with that, I have worked with these. So I felt, well, excellence is already there. Can we add the human dimension more? And so that is more gratifying and filled with gratitude. The good news is that since NEP 2020, which is the year 2020, all these institutions of repute, what we called even I&I, are into human development more with the technical and as well as the managerial phase. So that's exactly what I saw the gap is being also filled, and they are the exemplifying institutions in themselves across the nation and even beyond.
as we experience the training, and we could also, I could feel that you have a lot of global perspective, and you've taken this mission globally as well, because you are collaborating across Sri Lanka, Ghana, Nepal, and of course India. When you step onto a TEDx stage
Mhm.
or an international workshop, what is the global language of education you are seeing right now?
Wow, you're making me think. Great, Snehal. The commonality and the diversity both I see. When it comes to global platforms, the aim is, can we collaborate? Can we really understand the inclusivity among the diversity? So we may go through equality route, but what shines is equity. And that exactly I also try to deliver and absorb from these global platforms. I'll not say I will global per se, but yes, beyond national border, really, Snehal, things are not very similar what we see in our country of
Country.
1.45 billion and more. So there is sporadicity of excellence in some, there is deficiency of the basics in some. And in all humility, let me add that I try to work with a developing world, which is even less developing than our nation.
Very true.
And I can see the difference. Just to exemplify, in our nation, India, and I'm sure our audience will totally agree, that it is all about computer science, if not all, majorly about,
Major.
at
True.
higher education in engineering. Just step out and see the world is where which is not progressed. It's still the basic, the mother of all engineering, civil engineering shining. So we have already galloped that momentum, but they are into that. And that gives us beautiful coverage of diversity. And it keeps us humbled. And it tells us, hey, look, what is happening shining in one part of the world may not be the story in the other part of the world. So can we be more humbled? Can we be more collaborative, yet progressive? So these platforms make me a very good learner while I'm contributing. I like to add that.
And also, it gives you a lot of diversity when you take trainings,
Oh, yes.
and
Yeah.
we could experience that.
Oh, I'm glad you are resonating with that, because the examples which I try to put in are all but the reality what I've picked up, in my basket of my content. And that's very
Exactly.
gratifying as well.
I surely see that. Now, let's come to the edupreneur mindset.
Okay,
So, I love the term you use, edupreneur, education and entrepreneurial also.
absolutely.
For our listeners who are in teaching or corporate training, what does it mean to be an entrepreneur in this education space in today's time?
Great. I think you will not disagree with me that when it comes to our country, we have been doing a lot, but still it is not sufficient. So in our country, we have been working with the education system, which is very, very well set, and that is exam centric, career centric,
Yes.
or permit me to be honest, job centric. So schools make things ready for the college. College have to do, or higher education institutions have to make students ready for the job market. Well, there I say halt, wait, pause. There is something much, and that's the four-letter word life. Can we touch upon the life? And I'm sure institution like Amrutvahini is already started into this direction. So I must compliment Amrutvahini campus for that matter
Thank you.
once again in your podcast as well. And that is the shining part. Can we bring? So these thoughts, when I became an entrepreneur, all thanks to the challenge which we all got in 2020, which was COVID.
I
And I did tell myself, Pratima, do something now or otherwise nahi ho paega. It will be late. So sometimes we have to chase ourselves also. And that was the thing. And I did see that when I was trying to implement that aspect, my, uh, I should say, strength and differentiation lies in building capacities.
okay.
So an entrepreneur in the education sector, which is into very diverse and agile world, I told, hey, come and take position. There'll be stories of failure with success, and let's try to march. And that flavor I try to bring. So I absolutely say I'm an edupreneur. And the strength also I get from my students' community. I'm sure the success of this podcast, the technical team is our students of
Yes.
Amrutvahini College of Engineering. Just this is an example to tell we are talking, and at the backstage, there is a intellect wealth of the students. And I'm sure
True.
Amrutvahini technical team should be appreciated again, and the wonderful teachers, the team are there. So this is the thing. Can we integrate it all and bring to a platter something? Let it be in a buffet, still very enriching. And that's the time in today, because especially the third decade of this century is very, very, I should say, fragile, yet agile,
Yes.
disruptive, yet very opportunity. And today, I also tell myself, keep learning, keep learning. That's exactly another flavor which an entrepreneur in education sector has to be today. So this is what I'll try to answer. I hope I have satisfied your question to
Yes,
an
yes, and I'm
limitation.
sure all the
Please.
people who are thinking of training or facilitating will be
Yes.
very happy with this, I would say, knowledge that what they need to also focus on. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Pleasure.
With this, I would like to begin with the other question set.
Please.
If you could give one piece of advice to our young professionals looking to develop
Professionals.
their personality and leadership, what would
Uh-huh.
it be?
One advice. Oh, that's a tough question then. Again, before I advise them, I tell the young professionals, hey, professionals, people like me and my experience learn so much from you. So, all of you, many of you are doing great job. So, kudos to your enthusiasm. But when you have asked the advice, yes, our experience and our learning capacity does mention be more agile, be more into learning and sharing, be more into collaboration, be more have the critical thinking. So today, Snehal, I'm sure you will not disagree once again that industry or overall society want critical thinkers, the problem
Correct.
solvers, and somebody who can today, because of the diversity and multidisciplinary attitude, the more we collaborate, and for that, the advice that is in the very one wrap up, four C's. Have
Yes,
communication also. Many of the things will be fine with human dimension.
very true. And I think, as we have discussed with you for the 5 days,
Mm, mm,
critical thinking is also required for teachers
absolutely.
because the generation, the learners have changed. The need of education has changed, and we have to be little critical about ourselves, that what are we giving to our students.
Wow.
And you have
I
very
must
excellently
compliment you
given us
for
an
this piece of
advice.
it. What meant you wrapped up that question.
Thank you, ma'am.
Beautiful.
uh, and now we as comes to critical thing, like we are discussing critical thinking. I think NEP 2020 is an excellent example.
Oh,
I mean, the
yes.
policy that has come up,
Oh,
and it's,
yes.
I think, is a tool for all our teaching staff, emphasizing autonomous leadership,
Mm-hmm.
like what
Mm-hmm.
NEP 2020 is doing. Why was this 5 day LDP session
Mm-hmm.
essential, do you feel, for, I mean, of course, as from your point of view, why was it essential for the Amrutvahini heads of institutes and heads of department?
Wow. Now, let me take a deep sigh and answer this question.
Sure, ma'am.
Dear audience, on behalf of the host, let me add something. Very few institutions carry the flavor. They are into rural setup, yet they are no less than the very urbanized institutions. When it said so, the potential of such places, which I'm seeing from 6 days essentially, is phenomenal. And I took some pause within the word phenomenal. The reason being huge potential, huge capacities, very good growth, but are the leadership members, team members, are the heads of the department, which you narrated yourself in the question, are equally equipped? Are they working with the time, which is so disruptive? For example, AI. If, in fact, if you ask anybody, including Mr. Altman, or you ask Mr. Elon Musk, hey, Elon, what is going to happen in 2030 or after that? They will take a deep pause, not a light less, because disruption is so fast, we may not even tell what is going to happen.
True.
In these 4 years of this particular decade, a lot is changing, in fact, has changed. But we need to knock our doors and say, am I changing? Are my children are getting what they are made for, or what they actually they can get? And in that course, me as a teacher, me as a leader, am I growing enough? So not only at Amrutvahini, I feel these programs are so valid for all. And Amrutvahini has taken a lead in a very right direction to give all the elements of seriousness, yet accountability, of creativity, yet newness, of marching ahead, yet pausing and seeing, reflecting, where am I moved? Can I see my footsteps and see, am I on the right direction? So I think Amrut Vahini may be an exemplary institute in times to come, in I must say recent times to come. So
Thank
once
you.
again, congratulating all of you. Right now, you are the face for the Amrut Vahini for me, and please convey my congratulations to the very seed which was sown. And another one thing, Snehal, you will. I'm sure you're going to agree deeply with me that very few institutions like Orah Nutrichem has come forward not only as CSR component but a
Correct.
collaborator, but
Yes.
a co-facilitator, but somebody who's checking how good we are. So I think Amrut Vahini has led already into many firsts. I think
Thank
you
you.
can create new benchmarks.
Thank
All
you
kudos to
so
your
much.
leadership at the institution level as well as at the individual institutional level. I must say that.
Thank you, ma'am. And as you also mentioned, Orah Nutrichem, I have already mentioned that this program definitely is a collaboration and
Beautiful.
under both Amrutvahini as well as Orah Nutrichem Private
Yes.
Limited. And once
Yes.
again, a special thank you to Dr. Rohit Dubepatil, sir,
Oh, yes.
for giving you to us
Oh, thank you. And Dr.
because
Rohit
it is
Dubepatil
through
and his
Orah that
team.
we came to meet you.
Oh, true, true, true. And I also felt as if I'm in a family. All
And
thanks and
yes,
gratitude to Rohitji for his visionary attitude, as well as the far-sightedness. Actually, he's a true entrepreneur. And when his heart beats also for the academia, I just say the three-letter word, wow. I must say that.
I mean, I think that was one feeling we all went through on day three of our training when we had session with sir. We are
Absolutely.
absolutely
You
stunned
said
by
it.
his honesty and at the same time his emphasis on change in leadership. And I think he also made us. He actually shook us like, are we on the right direction? And he made us think. And I think that's very few people have that power.
That part. And even
And
the ability and even the interest.
yes.
So that was
And I think
amazing.
one of the biggest qualities that he has just not made us think, but he has promised us that he's with us and will guide. He is going to guide us through
Eh,
this whole process. And you have been phenomenal. And of course, this is a relation that is going to
Oh,
prosper
yes,
and
yes.
prosper.
Snail, I think this is a very right time to acknowledge the efforts of the leadership at the institution level as well as the management trustee level. I
Definitely,
think
yes.
the what we
The
say, na,
seed was sown actually by
the very
Sharayu
healthy
ma'am and
salad
her
was made
idea.
and the very right dressing also was done.
Yes,
So it is nutritive yet very appealing. It is also telling, get ready, there's more to come.
very
I
true.
must say that. I felt so.
Yes. I think a special thank you in order to Ms. Sharayu ma'am for not just arranging, but I would say even visualizing this change. And she's also not reflecting this change in herself.
Yeah.
And she has been instrumental and phenomenal, I feel, with the team. It's not
Oh,
easy
yes.
to guide
Oh,
such a
yes.
diaspora of team. Like you have heads of institutes from engineering, pharmaceuticals, then also the schools, and she takes them all at the same level. And that's, I think, her humbleness. And also, she has worked from the ground on these
So true. I
factors.
think
So,
you have opened up a very right dimension, Snehal. Sharyuji, when she decided, and because I was a part of the early decision making, the diversity of your institution is already high. One part we have school with early school like primary to
correct.
secondary, and we also have PhD in the engineering college and perhaps in pharmacy. So please see the bandwidth of your institutional, the
Very
stakeholders,
true.
what level you have, the conviction in her, as well as in the leadership at the institutional level, really gave it the Orah Nutrichem's abilities. It gave the right mix that no, let's take the challenge. Let it be some resistance, which is for good.
True.
And that's why when you narrated the success of the program, is all because of that inputs from all the direction. As well as
Yes.
the, I must say, well, audience, you must be thinking we are talking about more about the program. Honestly, it deserves a mention because
Yes.
the way the learners in the heads of the department and institution unfolded was just one word: beautiful and phenomenal. I think you will agree
That's
now.
true. Yes, yes,
For a moment,
definitely.
we are
I
changing our
am just
quote.
little. I think I'm little nostalgic. Like what we have gone through this 5 days. It's
Right,
been wonderful
right.
to sit with all the heads of department as well as
You
the
said it.
HOIs and
Oh
experience
yes.
this. And it was also a wonderful opportunity for us to interact. We also came to know what the amount of wealth that we have in all these HOIs. And I'm sure from now on we'll be having a lot of cross functionalities in our team.
And that will give you new edges to grow.
Yes,
Beautiful.
definitely. So coming about this same session, what were the key objectives and how did you tailor them to your, like, to our context? Because you come from a completely different world right now.
Not completely, but yes, I
I
cater
mean,
more to the
if yeah, or what you've been catering to in terms of institutes, and this being a rural institute, a lot of facilities are not available. But what has been your experience, and how did you tailor it
okay.
to Amrutvahini's need?
I'll say you are quite humble. I never felt that facilities are limited. In fact, before the program also, the first differentiator was that we want such leadership program with diversity. And the objective was, can we enhance the leadership skills? Can
Yes,
we understand what is coming with the disruptive, the VUCA world? Can we make, and the power of AI? How long we can say, wait, I'll take care of it. I'll learn. Let students learn. I'm comfortable. How long? So those elements were there, and some leadership can be polished. Can their futuristic growth can be seen? All those dimensions were coming. Can they understand how the performance indices are measured? What are the new challenges from the competitive world, and what newness can be created with this, with the key differentiators already with you? So taking all these points with the we just mentioned minutes before, the 21st century four C's, we thought let's sit together. And let me tell you in this regard, Snehal, I never, though we had already planned what we will deliver, I always kept it open every part of the end of the day. आज ये किया है, so let's see how much absorption and assimilation has happened. Let's now design for the day two. And that perhaps was the best resonance which we had.
That's
So the
true.
frequency matched, and we as facilitators, I am a very strong proponent of that. I must not deliver what I know. I must deliver or equip with my team what they want to know. So already you told
Yes.
in your question, customization. I'm just adding one synonym to it, tailoring. So I love tailoring. I'm not into very ready-made kind of thing. I may not wear ready. I may wear ready-made happily, but
Okay.
when it comes to capacity building, the best thing is customization. And I'm
And
very
you
happy
did
on
that
behalf of Orah
excellently.
Nutrichem and on my own behalf, my entrepreneurial debut of Fly High. I think we delivered what we really thought we can.
Oh, yes, you
That
did
was the reason.
definitely.
So that worked very well. So
We,
objective to outcomes, it matched.
yes. And I'm sure the whole Amrutvahini team is thankful for that.
Oh yeah, yeah, and it's actually both ways.
Yes.
We did a good
And
teamwork.
as we come to the wrap up, what are your personal highlights from Amrutvahini? You visited the campus. We were lucky to see your the facilities, the labs,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you also got to interact with all the HOIs
Oh yes.
during your lunch sessions or evening sessions. So overall, what will you carry back with you about Amrutvahini?
I must say, I'm glad you asked this. I was thinking, I wanted to add something, and I'm so glad.
Thank you.
So this pauses again for the same thing. A campus which is very beautiful. A campus perhaps has very low carbon positivity. I'm sure it is
Yes.
towards carbon neutrality. A campus which is lush green, and suddenly you see bamboo tunnels, bamboo canopy, suddenly, and it attracts greenery like anything. A
Very.
campus which the students are very disciplined. Well, this is the most distinguished thing. I have been to many institutions across the nation, on offline or otherwise. The discipline is, to be honest, fading. But Amrut Vahini is exceptional. Well, I'll be here little, I should say, promoting engineering because the event was hosted as engineering
Yes,
campus,
definitely.
and I met first, second, third, and fourth year students. In fact, even today. And in the for the benefit of audience, the entire technical team is again your engineering students
Engineering
behind this show.
students.
So that is the beauty. The students are very well equipped. Who says this is an urban? It's not in
Rural.
urban. It's rural.
Yeah.
The setup which we are right now is all designed for and by students. The leadership at the institutional level, kudos. I mentioned, and by the way, you see the sparkle in my eyes because the hospitality what your institution has offered to
Yes.
me, only one body language, I stand humbled. The nutritive, the delicious, the well designed food platters were
Thank
amazing.
you.
The nitty gritty, the way the organizing team, in the teachers, the leaders, the way they have kept the stitched, the prizes, the gifts, the stationery, all mention of the how much thought process it is stitched.
Very true.
And one more differentiation you asked me, I must add the supporting staff, what it is there. So, Snehal, I'll just take it from that model where from the grassroots I'm seeing is all well set as you go up the ladder, all because of the leadership is so capable.
Very true.
And that you see. So when I see what more can be done, yes, there is a scope. Can we have more capacities to be independent? Can we see my aspirational eyes are mentioning that to me to share? Can we have the differentiators coming in the social media and telling, hey, this is what is Amrut Vahini, be it College of Pharmacy, College of Engineering, or the management institutions and the wonderful schools. Well, I did miss personal visiting to schools, but well, something should be kept for the next visit also.
I'm
So I'm not
sure
feeling sad,
you
but
will.
this much I'm telling, it has been amazing. In fact, I hope I have 1 minute more to add.
Yes, yes,
The
please.
College of Engineering in this particular campus, there are some very key differentiators. And I, through this podcast, must inform please Google this college in the website and see the Japanese lab what this college boasts. not only first in Maharashtra, very few in the country do have it. So a lot to take when it comes to that. The labs, some of the labs, the walls, I wish the camera moves and shows you the beautification what students have thought and narrated on the lab. When the leadership in the engineering college gives that forum to students, I'm sure these students will unfold as a very good career and
Yes.
independent decision makers, the business leaders this college is hosting, the managers of tomorrow, the students who are really thinking, wow, what can I do? And that's the reason the organizers were mentioning how smartly alumni comes back. Why not? So, Snehal, your question had a lot of intelligence, and I must not mince my words to tell that when it comes to doing newness, the college can take AI to next level in utilizing it. Social media becoming active,
Very true.
and the cross team sharing. These are the three things I would like to mention. I'm sure in the months to come, I will not even say year, in the months to come, Amrutvahini 2.0 has huge to show. That's what I'll try to say.
Amen. Thank you so much, ma'am.
All
Thank
pleasure
you
is
for
mine.
this wonderful discussion. Also, I would like to mention the organizers once more time, Vishali, Dr. Vishali and Dr. Sachin sir, who were not just instrumental for this program, but
Oh,
also even for this
yes. I'm
podcast,
glad
I must say.
I wanted you to start naming, and now I will add with you. So, our members, we mentioned the leadership and this team, the whole team. I also wish the team behind the podcast, Jay et al.,
Yes.
with Dr. Sachin, Dr. Rushali. Dr. Shirali, particularly because very few hosts have that capacity, the energy is what these two members, particularly, I interact with Dr. Rushali so much, and Dr. Sachin, subtle yet very big leader. This is what beautiful thing we saw. So, Gurav sir, thank you. Venkatesh sir, thank you. We enjoyed at your campus. Thank you so much. All back to you.
Thank you, ma'am. I must also say thank you, a very big thank you to you, that because of your confidence, I could host my very first podcast, and you made me
Congratulations,
really
Snehal.
very
You did a
relaxed.
great job. I
And
must say
slowly,
that.
I hope I have learned a little bit in this
Delight is
session.
mine. Delight is
Thank
mine.
you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
And
Pleasure
I
is mine.
wish to have you more on our campus.
Sure.
Let's
Oh,
hope
it's a pleasure, really.
quarterly at least.
Great.
Thank
I
you. Thank
wish
you
it's
so
evening
much.
time. Students, you are doing great
Thank you,
job. Thank
everybody.
you.
Thank you, Jai.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And as we wrap up,
Pleasure is mine.
I would also like to make a very special mention once again of our managing trustee, Sharayu ma'am,
Oh,
for
yes.
giving me also this wonderful opportunity of starting with my first podcast and making all of you like for Rohit Dubey sir to come here, Dubey Patil sir to
Absolutely.
be here, and to you, and giving this. I think this leadership development program is the best gift ever for all our team from
Oh,
her
wow.
side.
How beautifully narrated.
And
Beautiful.
a
Wow.
big thank you, ma'am, for the same.
Great. Yeah, you did a
And
great job.
thank you
Thank you
so
so
much
much.
for making me comfortable. It should have been vice versa thing,
Not at all. It was
but
lovely talking to you and
thank you.
discussing. I really
Yes,
mean it. Great.
thank you so
Amrutvahini,
much.
kudos. Thank you.
Thank
Great job.
you.
Bye.